Their Super 12 future in the balance, the Reds beginning at Eden Park with the appropriate urgency.
Kick from Horan, beautifully read though, Khan goes in.
The home side coping with the pressure in the opening minutes, eventually repelling the Queensland offensive, countering for the first try.
Brooke gets the pass away, Spencer almost through, Clark, Ronnie Clark, supporters there, and the first try is scored by Brian Lima.
A John Eales penalty goal seemingly instilling confidence in the Reds' play. Jason Little unlucky not to score minutes later.
Jason Little, he's got support. Can't find it though from Tim Horan. Terrific recovery by Bandiri.
Penalties putting the Blues 10-6 clear before the Super 12 favourites turned on something special.
Made there by Mandruzia. Spencer in the gap. Now the kick and chase. Carlos Spencer got a great bounce. Carlos Spencer.
Cashmore's conversion sending the Blues to the half-time break, leading 17-6. Penalty goals adding to Auckland's half-time lead. Trailing 23-12, Queensland cause becoming desperate. League convert Willie Khan finding his feet in the new code.
Khan. Oh, that's beautifully done by Willie Khan. But he runs into a brick wall.
The Reds inspired, a determined Jason Little completing some good lead-up work.
To Horan. Pops it up again for Jason Little. Straight through. Jason Little. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. Brilliant try, Jason Little.
Just 4 points the difference with 18 minutes to go. An inkling of defeat whipping the Blues into spectacular form. Vidiri catching the Reds by surprise.
Vidiri's coming quickly. Too quickly. Far too quickly. They never had a hope.
The Auckland forwards beginning to find holes in the once staunch defence. Andrew Blowers galloping away to seal the match and the Reds Super 12 fate.
Haven't called many of the loose forwards today. Here's Blowers though. Just as I speak, Andrew Blowers. The big signal again, and he explodes in to score.
The 35,000-strong Eden Park crowd were again given something to cheer about. Blowers crossing for his second 2 minutes later.
Long one for Ronnie Clark. Oh, here's a gap. You could drive a horse and cart through.
Queensland scrum half Brett Johnston, hurting a little more than his teammates, carried off with concussion. Auckland not showing any mercy, Brian Lima touching down for his second try, bringing the Blues tally to 6.
Lima gets there first.
Queensland finally fulfilling some of their promise, laying on a late try.
Little kick for Khan, lovely weighted kick, gave it away to Kefu, and straight across to Matthew Peeney, and Queensland are going to finish on a high note. Matthew Peeney.
The 42-26 scoreline leaving the Reds with 5 losses from as many matches. The last 6 Super 12 games will be for pride and the Wallaby jersey.
It's a beauty.
We're pretty much out of the Super 12 now, which is disappointing. You know, we don't have much to go on now, but we just have to keep our heads up and play with a bit of pride now.
A surprise to all but themselves, the Brumbies' determination to make the Super 12 playoffs hadn't waned one bit. The ACT pack as hungry as ever.
They're looking tremendous in the early stages, the Brumbies. Howard back into Finnegan. Inside the quarter now. Great ball retention here from the Brumbies. That's Noriega taking it up. They're 15 metres out. What a start.
But while a penalty goal was some reward, the home side was struggling to cross the line first. Free State's big forwards grabbing that honour after 5 minutes.
And they're very close here. That's Kutsia who went high. They're over the line, and it's a try. The first 5-pointer.
The night threatening to get worse for the home side, fullback Steve Larkham sin-binned for a deliberate knockdown. A penalty goal, the only damage though, as David Knox answered with his second. The captain left to lift his side, flanker Brett Robinson putting the Brumbies in front.
Giffen calls the line out. The referee, I think, is penalising the opposition. He plays advantage and awards the try to Robinson. I think Giffen was taken out in the line out in the air. He played advantage. Robinson gets the try.
Delighting, then enthralling the home crowd, the ACT treating the ball as if it were life itself. After 5 phases, Larkin making up for his indiscretion.
Brumbies getting very close to that goal line now. Can they hold on to it? Gregan. Great hands there. Larkin back to Gregan. Hold back. Wonderful Wonderful handling and passing from the Brumbies.
A try through the forwards, another through the backs. David Knox attempting a different route. The result, though, exactly the same.
Here comes Hardy. Yes!
23-11. The Brumbies growing in confidence, threatening to run away from the Cheetahs before half-time.
Look at the skills to Roth. Caputo. Can he get it out?
The break not slowing the ACT's momentum, digging deeper into Coach Rod McQueen's playbook.
Short side. Look at this, Hardy. Almost there. That's Giffen. Another brilliant move up the front of the line-out. Howard.
The now traditional Super 12 home side penalty avalanche suffocating any life out of a Free State comeback. Knox kicking 2 more penalty goals, then sending Joe Roth away for his 6th try of the tournament.
Here's Knox. Through the dummy. Great pass inside, Joe Roth. David Knox, how did you do that?
36-11. Only injury slowing the Brumbies' charge, even then not for long. Larkham recovering to enjoy a gift from Pat Howard.
Now Caputo. Noriega supports. Brumbies looking good. Howard. There's the pass and there's the try to Larkham.
The flamboyant football more suited to a tropic Pacific island than chilly Canberra, the ACT unable to make any mistakes. Even with George Gregan playing sevens football, the home side was in total control.
And Joe Roth crosses for his 2nd.
The referee finally providing the Cheetahs with some relief.
It's a penalty try.
It's a penalty try.
White penalty try.
So the penalty try has been awarded.
And another Free State try just before full time, returning some respectability to the scoreline.
De Beer and Brink.
The 50-23 win pushing the Brumbies on top of the Super 12 table.
It was a very important win for us. These home games, we've won all 3 now and collected a bonus point in each, which we'll need going away to New Zealand next week.
We played against a good side now. That is no wonder that they are unbeaten down here, because we did feel the pressure, and I think that we must drink some more milk, I think.
Desperate to put an end to their 5-game losing streak, Queensland finally made the start it's been waiting for. The return of Elton Flatley giving his side much-needed direction and the early lead.
Lovely work by Flatley. He took on the defence, and that's just the start they wanted.
The Reds, unlike their previous games, not wasting possession. Brilliant ball control leading to Mark Cobain crossing for their 2nd try.
Back to Kefu. Cobain. Big Matt Cobain gets the 2nd one for the Reds.
Penalty goals putting Queensland 17-3 clear. Only the referee stopping Kefu from extending the lead. Dan Crowley on the end of a touch judge report for stomping, unlucky to receive a yellow card.
Now it looks as though the try has been disallowed here.
The Reds showing their true potential, stretching the Otago defence, giving Ben Tune a free run to the line.
Bounce important for Tune. Poetic justice, you might say.
The Highlanders making the most of limited opportunities. Winger Jeff Wilson capitalising on a Flatley pass.
He's Flatley and Herbert, intercepted by Enger. He's very quick, this man. And Wilson. Jeff Wilson. All the way.
Simon Colhane's conversion putting the Highlanders back in the game at 24-10.
Here's Colhane. Important kick for his side. Flags are up.
Keen to reassert their dominance, Queensland skipper Tim Horan in superb form, sparking the Reds' offence to produce something special.
Otago Highlanders have turned it over again here. Here's Horan. Off he goes. Herbert's with him. Now Khan. He threw a dummy. Crowley. Men out wide to Byrne. Little's there. Tunes with him. Jason Little gets Queensland's 4th.
John Eales' conversion sending the Reds to the half-time break ahead 31-10. David Wilson spending time in the sin bin, leaving the Reds with 14 men. Otago's offence gaining momentum. Interference close to the Queensland try line, giving the referee no option.
Colhane outside. Colhane loops. Oh, they've thrown it away, but offside play by the Reds. Here goes Manassa and Bari. That's a penalty try.
Despite having much of the possession in the second half, the Highlanders were only able to break the Queensland defence 15 minutes from full time. Fullback Matthew Carrington crossing for a consolation try.
Now it's Carrington. Brown's inside. Carrington! What a try! By the exciting young fullback. And the Reds have to be pretty careful here.
John Eales sealing the Reds' victory with a penalty goal. The 37-24 win pulling Queensland off the bottom of the Super 12 table.
Played very well in the first half, but let it go in the second half. But I've got a smile on our faces now, so...
Is it a worry, the fall-off in the second half?
No, mate, we won, so no. It's just going to give us confidence. I mean, we didn't play as well as you would have liked in the second half, but at least the win's going to give us some confidence.
No, I mean, the first half was very disappointing. Queensland played very well. They got a lot of ball and turned a lot of the ball over when we had possession. Second half was all right, but still lost the game.
The Sydney Football Stadium was a welcome sight for the Waratahs, returning home after 2 close losses to the top South African teams. Matthew Burke instantly putting the locals at ease with a penalty goal, whilst Alistair Murdoch was attempting to make inroads with the ball in hand.
Owen now, and Toms. This is Murdoch. Van Vieren across.
Another 3 points reward for their early dominance before Murdoch was forced to defend the 6-0 lead.
Van der Westhuizen. Well, last-ditch defence. Great covering there by Alistair Murdoch.
Although professional in attack, the Waratahs' defence wasn't at the same level. Silly mistakes putting them under pressure. The Blue Bulls running home their advantage.
Over halfway, supported by Boa. New South Wales falling off tackles. Thunderbolt, Boa. Snyman, Olivier, try to tromp.
Matthew Burke kicking the Waratahs back in front, then attempting to run them clear. Bad handling wasting his efforts.
Burke! If the pass had gone to hand, Toms was over.
The forwards taking matters into their own hands. Philly for now capping off sustained pressure.
On the blind side, the Waratahs have the numbers. It's a try.
The back line getting the message. Good hands opening a 24-7 lead at half-time.
Matthew Burke steps. Great support play from Bowen and a dummy. Bell's with him, so is Payne, and so is Gavin there, inside the quarter. Back to Bowen. They've got to get it wide here. Campese. Bond! He's there!
Coach Uli Schmidt sending his side out focused straight after the break. Within seconds, Northern Transvaal getting back in the game.
Opens up. This is Boa. Lovely step and a great try.
Waratah prop Andrew Blades feeling the brunt of the Blue Bulls' new determination. A knee in the back causing a fractured spinal lumbar, ending his Super 12 season.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I think there'll be a sighting over that one. It's a shocking knee into his back.
New South Wales officials later missing their chance to take action, but the players didn't waste theirs. David Campese attempting to lift the side.
Straight ahead. He split them.
Burke too handing out some retribution, and not just in defence. New South Wales opening a 19-point lead.
Payne. That's Burke. He got it over.
Campese's sleight of hand helping Burke away for his second, all but sealing the match.
Over the top. Here's Payne. And Campese. Burke gets his second.
The Blue Bulls refusing to accept defeat, making it 38-19.
There's the try. It comes for...
But brilliant hands strangling the visitors' resurgence. Burke grabbing a hat-trick.
Desperately holding on. Campese. Murdoch. Big pass to Burke. That's a hat-trick. Beautiful hands again.
A worrying sign for Waratahs coach Matt Williams. His side losing intensity.
Blanche goes wide. 3-on-2. Overlapped. Sprint for the corner by Van Vieren. And fullback Alberts gets it.
Northern Transvaal adding another late try for a 43-29 scoreline.
Here's Burke on the counter. Terrible mistake there at the back, and this is try number 5. It goes to Jacques Olivier.
Very disappointing them getting the bonus point. I mean, we sort of prided ourselves on our defence this year, and to let them in was very disappointing. We're disappointed in South Africa the way things went. We had to start winning, and today was the day. We couldn't leave it too late to start getting runs on the board.
Billed as the battle of the Australasian heavyweights, the reigning champ landing the first heavy blow.
Now big line up here again for the Blues. Cashmore into the gap. To Stedstis. Gregan comes again. Stedstis gets there.
The ACT, for the first time in a month, unable to contain their opposition. A penalty goal providing temporary relief. The Blues adding to the headache soon after. Ronnie Clark finishing off an impressive Auckland raid.
Lima again. Mark Carter just cut down a metre short. Try scored. And Ronnie Clark.
An Adrian Cashmore penalty goal sending the home side to the half-time break, leading 15-3. The flattering 12-point difference providing the Brumbies with some hope of a revival. The Blues putting to rest any aspirations early in the second half.
Lima. Lafaeli.
The Blues in sensational form. Ronnie Clark finishing off some spectacular support play, crossing for his second try.
Now it's back for Tanu. Big gap. Lovely pass to Jim Coe. There is Carter. Carter still going. Clark. Ronnie Clark. This is one of the tries of the season.
Cashmore's conversion taking Auckland to a 26-point lead before a momentary lapse in intensity helping Joe Roth part the Blues' defence. The big winger notching up his 8th try for the series.
Good work here by Larkham. He's got away from a few of them. Pops it in field to Roth. Roth's into the gap. And look at that, Joe Roth. Straight through.
Just 2 minutes later, Auckland finding a response. Andrew Cashmore finding a hole in the Brumbies' line.
Here's Cashmore, there's pace. Vinderi's trying to get on the outside. He's not needed, though. Adrian Cashmore. And they hit back immediately.
Auckland not relenting. Strong play and good ball control, seeing Brian Lima cross for the Blues' 6th try.
They're all Auckland players there, pretty much. Try scored.
ACT lifting in search of bonus points, helping replacement Rod Kafer over the line for their second.
Typical moves, they go to the line. And it's impossible to see, isn't it? Yes, he's going to give it. He does give it.
The ACT taking advantage of a tiring Auckland side. Larkham scooting away to score the Brumbies' third.
So, here we go. Looking to deliver the pass, does so. Here it is for Larkham. Larkham and Vinderi. Larkham gets the try.
The ACT showing some of their attacking potential. Fanuka Tau scoring a great 5-pointer and the bonus point.
Sharp out here. Here they go again. Robinson up for Roth. Again to Hardy. Finding Roth. They're going to get one, are they? Back to Fanuka Tau. Yes, they will get a bonus point. Another try under the bar.
The 41-29 win leaving Auckland as firm favourites for back-to-back titles. Still undefeated in 97.
We let ourselves down early, especially wide in defence, and let Auckland get away to a big lead. We're fortunate enough to have got away with a bonus point. That's some consolidation, but no, a disappointing start for us.
Great performance this afternoon. You went wide and everything just seemed to work right.
Yes, that was planned throughout the week to try and get it wide, try and move their big forward pack around because we had a bit of a lighter forward pack as well, so it was glad that it went well.
The biggest crowd of the season filling the Sydney Football Stadium with expectations of a Waratah rampage. The Reds, though, apart from all other incentives, keen to drag New South Wales into the Super 12 oblivion with them.
Struck it well. First blood to the Reds here at the stadium.
Queensland jumping to an early 3-0 lead, then stretching it courtesy of some uncharacteristically soft New South Wales defence.
He strolls over. His first try of the season. And that's a great start for the Reds.
John Eales happily putting the boot in, opening the lead to 10.
It's a beauty.
The Reds enjoying New South Wales' lack of respect for possession. The Reds thankful for the ball, running into their best form of the year.
Here's Tune. He got away from Burke. Campese in front, then Tune. He's there! Sensational try from the Reds.
David Campese forced off the field with a knee injury, just one of the Waratahs' problems. The biggest was the blanket Reds' defence. Flanker Michael Bryle displaying the frustration, letting loose with his boot. While he was later cleared by the judiciary, Reds prop Dan Crowley went after instant justice.
Queensland. Kefu was there. There's a fracas going on.
And then Dan Crowley drives Bryle and follows through with an arm over the top, so the referee and the touch judge got plenty of work to do.
While Bryle left the field more than dazed, Crowley's lack of discipline cost him 2 weeks suspension and the Reds 3 points, Matt Burke finding his range. Queensland Stars attempting to stretch the margin, replacement winger Chris Latham saving the Waratahs from a 19-point deficit.
Couldn't beat Bond. Herbert! This is Tune. Try. Jason Little lost it over the goal line. He lost it over the goal line. Oh, that's a huge let-off for New South Wales.
The Reds' confidence growing, though, if not just a fraction too much.
That's not a great kick. Here's Horan. Drop goal attempt. He's got the distance, but nowhere near the accuracy.
New South Wales' composure slipping.
Flatley. High tackle there against Scott Bowen.
Handing the visitors another 3 points. But thankfully for the home side, Crowley's cool once again lost. Burke kicking the margin to 12 at half-time. If the Reds were waiting for an inspired Waratahs comeback after the break, they were happily wrong. Despite losing 3 players to the sin bin, 2 overlapping, the Reds stonewalled the New South Wales one-out tactics. Queensland, their own worst enemy, Brendan Cannon forgetting his side's lead, and rugby's etiquette.
Players, you can attack the ball if somebody's still lying with their arm around it. I don't think you can attack heads.
The referee and touch judge missing the incident, but not the crowd. Nor the sightings commissioner, Cannon later receiving the season's biggest suspension, 15 weeks. His teammates happy to hurt the locals in other ways. Starved of the ball for most of the half, Damien Smith made sure it was used well.
Damien Smith, that's the clincher.
26-9, the Reds in control. A glut of ball wasted by the Waratahs' uninspired attack. Queensland always denying solo charges.
And there's the try. Did he get it down? No!
Although bereft of ideas, the home side pushed until the final bell. A penalty try their reward, but the match was gone. Queensland grabbing the State of Union advantage, 26-16.
We really pride ourselves on defence tonight, and that's the way we won the game. I mean, we knew that our attack would look after itself, but we really pride ourselves on defence, and even though we've only won that one game previously, it was a big occasion for us.
We had high hopes coming into this game. Certainly Queensland played very well, defended extremely well, and showed a lot of spirit. I was very disappointed with our effort. We really want to go on with the Super 12 and disappointed today.
Although out of playoff contention, victory in the first of the 2 interstate matches was just the consolation the Reds were after.
With the top position on the Super 12 table up for grabs, the Eden Park crowd were expecting the Blues' toughest test of the season. The Auckland forwards responding, applying the early pressure.
Up to Mika, referee playing advantage as they get close to the line and held up.
A Carlos Spencer penalty goal giving the Blues an early lead.
Struck it beautifully.
The Auckland machine gaining momentum, only the long arms of Mark Andrews stopping a certain try.
Dragged down by Andrews. Try-saving intercept by Mark Andrews.
Natal coping with the early pressure, pouncing on the Blues' first mistake. Scrum half Kevin Putt scampering away for the first 5-pointer of the match.
In goes Putt. Kevin Putt. Chased by Stensters, but he's going to make it. First try of the game to Kevin Putt.
The conversion putting the Sharks in front 7-3. The Blues intent on maintaining their unbeaten record, countering minutes later. Good lead-up work sending test rake Sean Fitzpatrick over the line.
Still going, Fitzpatrick! Fitzpatrick is in!
Spencer's conversion giving the home side a valuable 3-point lead. The Blues with the run of possession dominating play. Good phase work putting Tunu'u under the post.
Stensters comes in. looks for support and finds it from Junior Tanu'u.
Spencer's conversion sending the home side to the break, leading 17-7. A penalty goal to Natal 2 minutes into the second half, restoring the visitors' hope, narrowing the gap to just 7. The Sharks' defence desperate to keep the Auckland backline at bay. A late hit on Spencer bringing some ill feeling into the game.
Tanu'u, Spencer, taken late I would think. Thompson.
Well, that was pretty high, that last one as well, but...
Better feeling out there now.
The ensuing penalty giving Auckland a 20-10 lead. Emotions running high, a fired-up Vidiri stirring the game even more. This shot earning him 10 minutes in the bin and a stretcher for his victim.
Now Fundavestos and waits. Here's Vidiri on the charge. Too high, I think. Could be problems here.
Rather than a man down, Auckland appearing to have one extra. The Blues lifting with 14 men. Carlos Spencer crushing any aspirations of a Natal revival, crossing untouched for the Blues' third.
Plenty of players here. Spencer.
Natal's Van Heerden showing his frustration.
Well, that's 10 minutes in the sin bin for Van Heerden.
Vidiri's return giving Auckland the numbers. Another strong backline movement sending him smiling to the line for their 4th try and the bonus point.
Vidiri must score.
Spencer's conversion putting the Blues in front 32-10. Vidiri looking for another 5-pointer, splitting the Sharks' defence. A desperate tackle leaving the referee with no option.
Vidiri stayed in close. Kick and chase. Allen, that'll be a penalty try. Must be, it is.
Spencer's conversion boosting the Blues to a 39-10 lead and his personal tally to 19. The Sharks finding the Blues' defence all but impenetrable, finally crossing for a consolation try late in the game.
Another good move. Manar wants another go.
Again, yes he is. 5, he gets there quickly. Slade picks it up and Slade gets the try.
The conversion from Lawless adding some respectability to the scoreline. The 39-17 win to Auckland further confirming their position as this year's Super 12 favourites. Natal slipping back into 3rd place on the ladder. The Napier crowd responding to the Hurricanes' 97 success. A near sellout at McLean Park turning up to see Wellington exact revenge for last year's hiding from New South Wales. They didn't have to wait long. All Black sensation Christian Cullen showing why he's rated as one of the game's best, running away to score the Hurricanes' first try, just 3 minutes into the game.
He'll go all the way. Christian Cullen. Fantastic.
Well, is that the hallmark of Christian Cullen or what?
Cullen's conversion sending Wellington to an early 7-0 lead. The Waratahs making use of limited possession, only scrambling Wellington defence stopping their momentum.
Here they come again, the Waratahs. They get an opportunity here. Bryle, chased by Davis. Tim Gavin tries to keep it in. But if it carries on like this will be a cracker of a match.
David Campisi's return from injury giving the New South Wales attack much needed flair.
Campisi just dragged down from behind by Jarman.
A Matthew Burke penalty goal giving the visitors their first points of the game, closing the gap to 4.
And the Waratahs are on the boards.
Wellington's offensive gaining momentum, keeping the Waratahs on the back foot.
O'Halloran, here he goes. Pops it away for Umaga. Cullen.
New South Wales unable to withstand the continued pressure. Loose forward Martin Leslie barging his way to the line for Wellington's second.
Leslie still going. Martin Leslie is in.
Leading 12-3 at half-time, the Hurricanes returning from the break with renewed enthusiasm. Only strong defence from the New South Wales forwards holding them at bay.
Right out in front of the goalposts again. Allen goes straight ahead. Didn't make it.
Waratah coach Matt Williams hoping his bench players would ignite the side. Daniel Manu providing the spark.
Away from Manu with plenty of room to move. Sells a beautiful dummy.
Wellington determined to hold on to their top three billing, coping with the visitors' attacking raids, countering through centre Jason O'Halloran for their third.
O'Halloran. Jason O'Halloran does it again.
Cullen's conversion sending the home side to a 19-3 lead. Daniel Manu earning a yellow card from the referee for this spear tackle. The warning seemingly spurring Manu on, his efforts not going unnoticed by the Wellington backs.
To Umanga. Oh dear. Ran into Manu.
Alistair Murdoch also keen to impress, but even his injection into the Waratahs' backline wasn't enough to get them across the line. The strong Hurricane cover defence keeping New South Wales tryless.
Chance here for Murdoch. Chased by Talia. Terrific chase.
The 19-3 loss, the 6th from 9 games for New South Wales. Wellington moving into second position behind their next opponent, Auckland.
Oh, we had to get a win first of all. I mean, there was a fat prop who lost the ball on the line there one time. That, he should have got it down. But no, I mean, delighted to hold out. I mean, they played very well as we knew they would, and it's certainly the toughest game we've had in probably about 3 games. So we needed that going into Auckland next week.
The Brumbies and Chiefs representing the two ends of Super 12 expectations. The ACT by far exceeding even their most promising forecasts in '97. Waikato, New Zealand's biggest disappointment. The reason why, painfully obvious from the kick-off.
The crowd erupts, and bad play from the Chiefs.
But while no one was prepared to take matters into their own hands for the Chiefs, the Brumbies were volunteering for action all over the paddock.
Tries the water.
5-0 after less than a minute. The ACT's enthusiasm costing them as well, though, both in numbers and on the scoreboard.
Finnegan ruled offside.
It's 10 minutes.
And he's gone straight to the sin bin.
Offside, deliberate infringement.
Deliberate offside ruling there, says the referee.
That and another easy penalty goal, putting the Chiefs a point in front. Bad handling costing them a more decisive margin.
Cooper's in, 3-on-2. They couldn't hold on.
The Brumbies not happy with the unfamiliar position of trailing at home, launching a response minutes later.
Kick and chase. 22-metre line. Gregan. Knox is up. Knox wants it. They're all offside there. Brumbies calling for a penalty try. But I'll tell you what, it's 10 in the sin bin.
The penalty putting the ACT back in front 8-6. The home side's big pack being less than hospitable, starving the Chiefs of possession and gorging themselves on points.
Noriega, Gregan. 5th try of the season for little Georgie Gregan. Sustained pressure.
Winger Mitch Hardy, the next to enjoy Waikato's misfortunes, the lead out to 16.
Knox got in from behind and forced the error. Look at this, Hardy, another one.
And their forwards continuing the assault on the Chiefs' line. Troy Coker pushing toward another 7 points.
Big strong drive from Coker, he's over.
Desperate for some creativity, the Chiefs unleashing 7 sensation Eric Rush from the bench with immediate results.
He's proving slippery, he's beaten 4 tackles. Larkham in front, what a try. Eric Rush. Well, he is just greased lightning.
29-13 at the break, the visitors still in touch. Owen Finnegan making up for his first half indiscretion, pushing the Brumbies beyond arm's length.
Noriega, Gregan, Finnegan.
Hardy attempting to clear the ACT out of sight. Desperate defence, though, denying him his second.
Hardy. Into touch.
No one was able to deny Rush, the All Black untouched, crossing for his double.
Now Rush. Second try for Eric Rush.
34-20. Waikato beginning to believe in an upset. Quick hands, too much for the Brumbies' defence.
Now back to McLeod. Alatini, Hopper, he's there.
The difference down to just 9. Ian Foster attempting to bring the visitors within a converted try.
It's a beauty.
Under pressure, a familiar face putting the Brumbies' concerns to rest. Their backline engineering yet another Super 12 try for Joe Roth.
Big Joe, the leading try scorer in Super 12.
Pat Howard designing another Roth 5-pointer just 3 minutes later. The match well and truly sealed.
Here's Big Joe Roth looking for number 2. The Brumbies spurt clear.
Brilliant Waikato centre Scott McLeod combining with Rush for his 3rd and the Chiefs' 4th.
Beautiful work by McLeod. Tries on here, Larkham across. Rush looking for a hat-trick. Eric Rush with a very good finish at the end.
But the Brumbies' 7 5-pointers ensuring another unbeaten season at home. The 48-35 scoreline guaranteeing their first ever berth in the Super 12 finals, and the remarkable record of defeating every Super 12 team at Bruce Stadium.
No, I'm very happy with just the all-round consistency of the side. We put it together for the 80 minutes and we kept at it and kept at it. They're a very good side, Waikato, and I'm very proud of the way we came away with the 5 points.
They don't turn over too much ball, and I think that first half really, cost us. They got down our line and they scored.
Provincial pride as much motivation as either side needed now their Super 12 seasons were effectively over. Brilliant flanker Josh Kronfeld staking an early claim for an All Black jumper.
Burst the first one. Kronfeld with Vanisi. Now he places it. And it's against the Waratahs.
2 penalty goals in 4 minutes, pushing the Carisbrook locals out to a 6-3 lead. Matthew Burke and Simon Culhane swapping 3-pointers as the Highlanders led 9-3, before Burke made a difference with ball in hand. He and Matt Dixon setting up Jason Mads to put the Waratahs in front for the first time.
Play does well. Excellent run from Matthew Burke. Now he links up with Dixon. Away to Mads. It opens up for Jason Mads. And the big centre's in.
David Campese following Burke's lead, the Waratahs producing a carbon copy of their first try. Alistair Murdoch with another reason to celebrate.
Campese will want to go again, no doubt. Trying to spark something in this Waratahs backline. Now Burke looks to feed. Bursting through the tackle is the new man Warner. Away for Bowen. Onto this goes Big John Wellborn, looking for someone to give it to. And it's a birthday present for Alistair Murdoch. 30 today, and he gets the second try.
Their 2 tries, their first in 4 matches as the Waratahs led 17-9 at half-time. Campese showing he hadn't lost his touch, and Michael Bryle the way to the line.
Running hard, finds Bryle, and he's got it down. Michael Bryle.
Otago under siege in every facet, enduring the Waratahs' dominance before eventually mounting some kind of fight back.
They get another go at it, the Highlanders. Falaniko is it.
The Dunedin crowd finally warming their hands with celebration rather than because of the cold. New South Wales returning the original cause, Burke kicking the scoreline to 27-16. The Waratahs unlucky not to claim a 4th try just before the bell.
There's another look and says no.
I'm sorry, I can't see it.
Their win in Dunedin, little respite for the Waratahs with their final Super 12 match against the imposing Auckland Blues, likely to add to their recent woes. Playing it at home is their only comfort.
Yeah, they're going to be extremely tough. A great side, and as front runners of the competition, they're really leading the way. But going to have to sort of take a leaf out of Otago's book last week and really go to them.
An injury-plagued Hautang side on the end of a 4-week tour battering, entering Ballymore needing to beat the Reds to push their way into the semi-finals. The visitors applying the early pressure, scrambling Queensland cover defence, snuffing out any chance of an early try.
Oh, he's beaten the tackle there by Webster. Great chance here. FP Nodia. Thunderbolts, the bounce important.
A John Eales penalty goal getting the Reds their first points and an early 3-0 lead. The Lions with the easiest of chances. Hooker Chris Russell not making any mistakes, crossing for Hatang's first try.
Well won by Connors. But the Lions have it here. Great chance for Rousseau. And there's the first try.
The Reds, unlike previous performances, not giving up. Rookie prop Scott Webster following the forward pack over for his first try in the Queensland jumper, giving his side an 8-5 lead.
Very close. Yes, the try is scored.
Elton Flatley showing some of his attacking flair. Good vision and a clever inside ball, sending Jason Little to an open line.
Horan's there. He beat 2 tackles. Caught by DeToy. Johnson now. Flatley to Little.
The conversion giving the home side a 10-point lead. John Eales stretching the margin to 13.
Looks another straight one.
The Lions looking to close the gap before half-time. Smart short side play seeing the visitors cross for their second, narrowing the gap to 8.
Brosnian gets the try, the second one, and the Lions back in business.
The Reds determined not to be outdone. Scrum half Brett Johnston sparking a strong Queensland backline movement. A bottled blonde Damien Smith racing away to score their third.
Smith, that's a try. Damien Smith has blitzed them. Well, it came from Brett Johnson.
Queensland returning from the half-time break determined to build on their 2010 lead. Quick hand sending Tim Horan over to score the Reds' fourth and a bonus point.
Flatley, Little, lovely tip to Horan. Timmy Horan. The Reds in for their fourth try.
John Eales' boot putting the Reds comfortably in front, 32-10. Their confidence brimming. Great support play leading to Daniel Herbert's first try and the locals' fifth.
June. Good defence. Now it's Horan again. Mark Murray. Herberts. Brilliant support play from the Queensland Reds.
Russell giving the Lions some hope of a revival. A rare loose pass from Johnston giving him the opportunity to cross for their third, putting the visitors behind 37-20.
Rousseau gets his second. Well, that's the danger with some of those long flat passes. Natal almost picked up a couple of intercepts last week, but...
John Eales squashing any hope of a Lions comeback. His penalty goal taking the Reds to a 20-point lead.
From point-blank range, makes no mistake.
The 40-27 full-time score ending Haotang's Super 12 semi-final charge. Queensland's awakening, a promising sign for national selectors.
We didn't expect to lose our game, but today we really gave everything, and I'm proud of our guys. We're a young team. We did very well, and I asked the guys for 100% commitment, and I think that's what I got. I'm very proud of my guys, and we're going to take it forward from here.
I mean, we were a bit disappointing in a lot of facets there. We just didn't really have the intensity we've had in previous weeks. But, you know, Gauteng certainly came in very hard, and they were very difficult in those rucks and mauls.
It was quick thinking from former Waikato halfback Kevin Putt which led Natal's revival against the Northern Transvaal Blue Bulls. Adrian Garvey finally crashing over.
They're over. That looks like Garvey scored.
Putt again with a well-placed chip kick. Gathered in by fullback Gavin Lawless, it gave Natal the lead and a shot at a home semi-final. But then all that good work was undone as Putt was penalised for back-chatting. The halfback was forced to watch as the match ended in a draw, the kick bouncing off and through the posts.
It's got the distance. It's over.
Receiving 3 instead of 5 points for the game, the man of the match responsible for Natal now facing an away semi-final.
Yeah, it wasn't probably the most clever thing done on earth, but that's the way the game goes, doesn't it?
Although unable to dispose Auckland out of the Super 12 top spot, the Waratahs were intent on blowing the Blues' unbeaten record away. Old rivalries adding to the occasion, with the home side sneaking out to a 3-0 lead. Taking a little while to get into stride, the Blues eventually winding up, New South Wales scrambling to deny the defending champs.
This is Joeli Vinderi. He has a sprint for the corner. Murdoch, Burke. Scintillating stuff in the early stages.
Unable to go round, the Blues going through the Waratahs. Number 8, Zinzan Brook, making it 7-3.
Zinzan Brook very close and he's over.
and also making his mark in defence.
Oh, it's a beauty. It's a Zinzan Brooks special.
While one of Mad's teammates exacted a little revenge on Zinzan, the Waratahs were struggling to strike back on the scoreboard.
Pinkerton. Men inside here. Payne. Dixon. The referee says no.
2 penalties stretching Auckland's lead to 10 before David Campese, like a pedestrian in rush hour traffic, stepping through the Auckland forwards. Next phase, Campo handing Alistair Murdoch the Waratahs' first try.
Campese beautifully. Alistair Murdoch.
Burke converting, sneaking the home side within 3, then helping them clear. A backline move giving him space, and Murdoch a double.
Mats. That's Burke. Murdoch. He's second.
Another penalty sending the home side to half-time with a 2013 lead and a standing ovation from the crowd. The home side's resurgence only stirring Auckland's fighting instincts after the break, though. The Blues drawing level.
Lima!
Then pushing clear, 27-20.
Manu cleaned out. Tanu'u again. Mika!
Under pressure, New South Wales unable to maintain control or the ball, wasting chances. Brian Lima eventually putting down any hopes of a local fight back. Auckland impressive, heading toward the finals. And while out of the competition, the Waratahs at least showing form coming into the State of the Union.
The nature of this Super 12 competition, you just can't afford to let games down away from home that maybe you should have won. And New South Wales side, they're a quality side, and we respect them immensely. You know, they've got some very, very good players, and you know, they showed there in the first half that they're a class side. So we knew we were up against it. And it was a hard game for us, particularly because you know, we're through to the semi-finals, and for us to approach the way that we did tonight, I'm very, very pleased with it.
Well, Tim Gavin, a brave effort in your 80th game for the Waratahs.
Yeah, I mean, last of the Super 12, you know, we had nothing to lose. We gave it a go. You know, they're an excellent side, Auckland, and all the best to them in the semi-finals for the Super 12.
Well, with both Queensland and New South Wales out of the Super 12 finals situation, a lot will build towards the State of the Union clashes early June.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it's big time for us. You know, test positions are up for grabs, I guess, and you know, we've got to prove to the selectors that we're worthy of that. And the only way of that is, you know, to give Queensland a good run.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Athletic Park, as always, turning on a little more than a breeze to welcome the Brumbies. The Hurricanes finding their 40,000 fans and the whole city's expectations as hard to handle as the Brumbies' backline.
Thinks about a drop kick perhaps. Then it goes back and said to Holbeck. The supporters there from Finnegan, almost to the line. Desperate defence here by the Hurricanes. Gregan away to Knox. They must score. They will score. No, he's come up short.
Running into the breeze, Captain Mark Allen trying to bulldoze through the Brumbies.
Taken on by Bull Allen. He's on the clear. Now Hewitt.
Wind and possession making the ACT unstoppable, though. George Gregan the first to score.
Now Gregan again, and Gregan's through.
5 minutes later, the ACT backline adding the finishing touches to their good work. The ACT jumping to a 12-0 lead.
Joe Ruff fires the pass, and Mitch Hardy gets the second try.
Wellington coach Frank Oliver worried by the early signs of the Brumbies' dominance. 2 penalty goals to scrum half John Preston providing temporary relief. His teammates, though, restoring the headache.
Umaga gets in the action for the first time and makes an impact. Look at this from Tana Umaga. Now Preston. Ranby to Talia.
No reward for the home side dominating possession late in the first half. The Brumbies not needing much of a chance. The Hurricanes leaving the gate slightly open, and they stormed through it.
Beautiful pass. Oh, that's classic. And Owen Finnegan, that's where they're so good.
22-6 at half-time. The Brumbies now facing the wind problems, Wellington quickly making use of the conditions. Early pressure translating into the home side's first 5-pointer.
For the try.
Tier.
And they've got it.
He's got it.
A penalty goal bulging the locals' confidence, the difference down to just 6. But with their guard down, the visitors showing you can score against the breeze.
Looking for support. McKenzie is there. Gregan again. They must score a try, surely. Rough. And Rough gets it.
Good defence, denying Wellington a swift response.
Big gap here for Stephen Bishop. Bull Allen.
Good attack, seemingly all but sealing the victory. Brilliant hands and combination leading to the ACT's best try of the match and a 32-19 lead.
And they must go in here, they do. That is superb. And Mitch Hardy.
The Hurricanes' backs inspired by their opposition. Brilliant fullback Christian Cullen enjoying some space and his first try of the game.
Umaga looking to get with him. Cullen, oh, down he goes. He's got to try and recover, and he does.
A penalty goal restoring the Brumbies' lead to 11, but Cullen again brought the result into doubt.
10 metres out from the line. They're still giving up plenty. Bishop. O'Halloran. Away for Cullen. Back they come, the Hurricanes.
The visitors resisting a frantic final 3 minutes for a 35-29 win. Ecstatic, they changed places with the Hurricanes and host the semi-final.
Well, there's the inspirational leader of the Natal Sharks side, Gary Teichmann. Of course, he's also the Springbok captain. And the obvious omission from the Sharks side is Mark Andrews, back in South Africa nursing a shoulder injury. Also missing his goal-kicking ace, Gavin Lawless. His place on the wing is taken by Sean Payne, with Yus Joubert going to the left wing. Back, though, after missing the Super 12 season is Andre Joubert. The Springbok fullback has recovered from a serious knee injury. It's a strong side. It relies heavily on Kevin Putt and Henry Honeyball and is captained by Gary Teichmann. So there we are, there's Andre Joubert. So good to see him back in international rugby. And Shane Howarth, who's clambered up the stairs to join me as we look at Olo Brown. It's good to see Joubert back.
Yeah, that's right, Grant. I said in the build-up to the match that he's a very, very good player. I mean, very skillful player. And, of course, he's going to be an inspiration to the Natal Sharks. The loss of Andrews is very big, but I think Joubert back there, very solid at the back. He'll be very good for the Sharks.
So now the Auckland players coming out in their positions. The forward pack have arrived on the field. Now we await Junior Tanu'u, Carlos Spencer. He followed up by Lee Stensness and Ronnie Clark. Then Joeli Vandiri and Brian Lima. Well, the Blues rested a couple of key players last weekend, but back they come today for the sudden death semi-final. Probably the main talking point is the inclusion of Lafayette ahead of All Black trialist Charles Rickelman, and the return to full fitness of Olo Brown after a lengthy injury break. A star-studded lineup to be led by Zin Zandbrook. Well, there is Olo Brown, and he did have a long injury break. Good to see him back. Lee Stensness named in the shadow All Black test team for the trials in a couple of weeks. He's really back into excellent form. And Joeli Vandiri, well, he had a few problems against the Natal Sharks a few weeks ago, and let's hope that's all behind us and we see a good game of footy. I'm sure we will. Wayne Erickson from Australia will be the referee, assisted by two other Australians, Andrew Cole of Queensland and Stuart Dickinson from New South Wales. Peter Muller ready to go. No wind to speak of at Eden Park. Just a little bit overcast, and ground conditions will be absolutely perfect. Wayne Erickson signals time on. Away we go in the first semi-final at Eden Park. Straight down to Vandiri, and Vandiri brings it up immediately, with Auckland wishing to retain the ball and the possession. Tanu'u waits, and it's Tanu'u who makes the kick down towards Joubert, and they'll go to the first line-out of the game. And this will be interesting. Without Mark Andrews there, they'll rely much on Wayne Boardman.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I said in the build-up, Mark Andrews was the focus of the Natal line-out, and it certainly is. I see there in the background that Wickers Van Heerden hit Joeli Vandiri hard early, and you can see he's quite sore. It was a very big hit, and I think maybe a few little revenge tactics out there, but he's hurt himself, and I can tell you now, running into Joey, you would.
Van Heerden, one of the hard men of the forward pack for the Natal Sharks. But he's requiring attention at the moment. Mind you, as you say, Venderi is a big man for a winger. Let's go back and have a look at this. Venderi and Van Heerden, well, there he is. He went in hard on the tackle and he bounced off.
Yeah, they hit each other pretty hard there, and but you see he's back there very hard, so they recommend that boy.
So John Allen to feed the first line out of the match. The match coming to you exclusively live on Sky, and Boardman it is. Andrews' replacement, he gets good ball there. Honeyball shifts it on to Muller. Almost got straight through the gap. Finally dragged down by Stensness. Carried on here by Teichmann. Good start, Slade. Taken in a strong tackle by Brian Lima. Now they get it away again to Honeyball. Hubert, and there's a try immediately for Sean Payne. And it opens straight up. And the new boy on the wing gets the opening try of the game.
Well, that's a fantastic start for the Natal Sharks. There's only, just under 2 minutes on the board, and the Sharks have obviously come into play. Beautiful run from Peter Muller in the midfield, set it up there. We see it here. Good ruck ball, Henry Honeyball, and then it was just a numbers game. The Andre Joubert brought himself on the line beautifully, gave Sean Payne a free run to the line, and he put it down. Rather an easy try for Payne, but well set up by Honeyball and Joubert and Muller in the middle. Just very quick turnover ball, and that's going to shock the Blues.
Well, it certainly will. Bernie McCahill is sidelined. Bernie, that's a real shock.
It certainly is. It hasn't just shocked the players out there, but the crowd is in a little bit of shock, a little bit of disbelief. I think they couldn't believe that Natal could come out like that, but what a great start.
Sean Fitzpatrick gets his first throw to the line-out. Lafayette, and he takes it down beautifully. So they get some ball now. Spencer, awkward pass right in front of Ronnie Clark. And the referee's gone for a knock-on. Well, it looks like a nervous start from the Blues. It's almost inevitable they'll concede the first try of the game. I think they've done that about 5 games in a row.
Yeah, that's right, Nesbitt. Not a good record to have, really, but they do seem pretty tentative. But this has given the Sharks a great attacking scrum. And watch for Joubert here. They use him all the time in this sort of situation.
Held in the back by Teichmann. Now Putt away for Honeyball. Goes for the tactical kick. Tanu'u having to scramble back. The kick, though, is going to be too long. Joubert was the first man there. And so back to the 22 we go. 4.5 minutes gone, the long dropout. Down as far as Kevin Putt. His kick is, not that flash. Zinzan makes a mistake.
Well, I guess that sums up the Auckland Blues start at the moment. Very tentative. I mean, Zinzan Brook very rarely makes a mistake during a footy game, but I think the Blues have just got to, like I said, ride the wave out from the Sharks. The Sharks are going to throw everything at them. The Blues have just got to absorb it, take it in, and then come back fine. But at the moment, they just seem very, very tentative.
It'll be tough in the scrums this afternoon. Channeled back by Teichmann, taken down, but Van Heerden gets into the gap, feeds it up to Slade. Oh, my word, that was a good move. It just didn't quite work in the end as Brian Lima brings it back. And here's Michael Jones on the charge, dragged down by Slade. Now Tanu'u fires it out to Spencer, straight out to Venderi. Venderi on Joubert. Can he do it, Cullen? He can't do it, Cullen, and Venderi's off. Sensational try for Joeli Venderi.
Well, that's one way to answer back from the Auckland Blues. We've just been giving it to them for the last 5 minutes, but gee, what a start. Give Joeli Venderi any room at all, and he's very, very dangerous. Good work from Carlos Spencer and Ronnie Clark, we'll see here. Just good straightening from Ronnie, and did the fantastic pass from Ronnie Clark, and then one-on-one with Andre Joubert just gave him far too much room, and someone of Joeli Venderi's pace, you don't give him that much room, but gee, I mean, it's just a fantastic effort from Joeli Venderi, but I think a Ronnie Clark, who everyone said hasn't got any vision, I think he's just put that to rest. That was a beautiful pass to give Joeli Venderi a lot of room to work his magic.
One of the fastest men in Super 12, and Andre Joubert had no chance with the big man who's gone in to score under the post, so it should be a 7-point result. That's now 9 tries in Super 12 for Joeli Venderi. And Adrian Cashmore should be able to add the extra couple. He does that all right. 7-5. And the crowd suddenly comes to life.
Carlos Spencer standing very flat at first 5.
Yes, he is. Meantime, it's held by Zinzan. Tried to give the pass away to Tonu'u. Not able to do so. Now, Tonu'u. Spencer to Clark. Backs his way in. Trying to set up the ruck in the middle now. Well, they'll do that too. Tonu'u delivers up to Zinzan. Thumped down on a very good tackle by Rob Kempson. Relentless pressure again from Auckland. Straight across. Lafalili to Lima, holding him up. And the referee right on the spot says no. Wayne Erickson got into very good position. And excellent defence in the end by the Sharks.
Well, this is a huge pass from Carlos Spencer. The Blues did the right thing, took it one way, brought it back the other way. Leo Lafayette straightened it up. Brian Lima, very, very good defence from the Natal Sharks. They were across there in numbers to stop Brian Lima going over, but they still have to hold out here.
Took the Auckland Blues a wee while to get into this game, but they're in now. 7-5 they lead. Zinzan tried to pop the pass. It's trapped in there by Fivey.
From Black in the tackle. Black man knocked it down. Black man knocked it down. Blue scrum.
So it'll be a Blues ball again.
You hear Wayne Erickson saying the Black man knocked it down. As Zinni came off to throw the ball to Junior Tonu'u. I think maybe that it was Wayne Fivey that got his hand in there and knocked it on. So, I mean, it's a scrum in exactly the same position. We'll see what the Blues do from here.
Tonu'u's gone away, so again the pass comes. Tonu'u tried to pop the pass in field. Fivey's gone in over the top of the ball, and he's killed it. Zinzan takes it quickly. Zinzan in the gap. And the captain gets the second try.
Great quick thinking from Zinzan Brook. He's renowned for it. He's done it all his career, and it's brilliant work from Zinni. He saw that Natal were obviously thinking that Adrian Cashmore was going to walk up and take the shot, and you just don't turn your back when Zinzan Brook's got it and the penalty's been awarded. You see here, just around, who's that, John Slade, he ran around there, yep. Just straight up, just too much strength, but very quick thinking from Zinzan, and that's just what he's well known for and well done. He takes it into his own hands.
Now they've got an overlap here immediately. Lima's been freed. Hubert going back, does very well. Placing the ball for Teichmann, who's made a very strong start, Gary Teichmann. He's all over the place, but it's been turned over. The Blues have it. Tonu'u finds Stetsness. Now Vindiri, he's on his own, and he'll get another one.
We see here it was a turnover from Andre Joubert placing the ball. Just good Blues work getting there early. Lee Stensness, great vision. And of course, he's got a perfect chip kick. He's proven that time and time again. Jolie Vindiri out in the open. There's no one else will get close. Henry Honeyball was trying to make a chase on him, but he was 10 metres on Jolie. And once you give him that much room, it's try time. But great work from Lee Stensness. Very good, hungry Auckland Blues pack we saw going into the ruck there, turning the ball over, leaving a lot of space for Lee to chip it for Jolie Vindiri into the corner.
Well, it was just a question of whether he picked the ball up cleanly or not, and he did that okay. 2 today, and 10 for Super 12. That's as many as he got in 1996. And the way they're going, you'd expect Auckland to be playing again next week. Brian Lima struggling a bit.
Yeah, we see Brian Lima limping there. I think that's from his chip and chase on Andre Joubert. Brian did very, very well to get the ball back. I thought Andre Joubert placed the ball very well, but Teichmann was there to help. But then there was no other Natal numbers, and the Blues were there in a lot more numbers and seemed a lot hungrier to get to the ball, and that's where the try resulted from.
This is a tougher kick for Adrian Cashmore. 3 tries to 1 so far. Bernie McCahill will be able to tell us whether this is going to go over or not. Standing right behind the kicker.
Yeah, coming around nicely. That's through the sticks.
Great kick from Adrian Cashmore. He's been in very good form since coming back from his foot injury as far as goal kicking goes. Well done, very good kick, and we're out to 21-5, halfway through the first half, and Natal, you think now, have to score now or they're out of this game.
Well, Lafayette again, he's been dominant in the lineouts. Olo Brown back to full fitness after a long injury break. Here's Michael Jones. Now, where's the support? Mark Carter. Carter's still going. Carter. Outstanding try for Auckland.
Well, that really came out of nothing for the Auckland Blues. It seemed a bit stagnant there. Then a great move we'll see in midfield from Zinzan Brook, using an old backline move that North Harbour used quite often. Zinzan found himself at first five. Just great work, and Michael Jones hit the ball at pace. Drew Andre Joubert there. Mark Carter Peter Muller seemed to have him covered, but then Mark just kept going, and that's very good pace from Mark Carter. He is a very quick guy, but well done, Michael Jones and Zinzan Brook.
Yeah, we see the key there actually was Mark Carter ran a dummy off the first 5'8" to put Jones through the hole, and Jones was so clever to run back towards the support and then Carter on the outside. I mean, that was great combination. That was two players knowing exactly what to do at the right time.
So the scrum sets. Kevin Putt. Now Teichmann fights his way a couple of metres. It'll be there for Putt. Sends it away for Adrian Garvey. Beyond the tail side. Now Honeyball overruns it. Joubert goes back after it. Putt digs in once more. Honeyball. The little kick and chase. He might have pushed it too far. And Lima comfortably.
Well, he did. I mean, it was on. It was on Ezra's this quick 25.
Kevin Putt goes down. Hacked ahead by Carlos Spencer. Payne going back. Not many Natal players there. Ball's all over the place. Stensons is going to Wilson. Whoops. And a try is scored by Carlos Spencer. Well, Stensner stood on the ball, but Spencer scores.
Well, they don't seem too worried about it, though, because either one was going to score unless they made a bad mistake. Well, we might think back to where Honeyball made the kick, but I really thought it was quite on at that stage. But here we see a quick 25, and now it's one-way traffic towards the goal line. 1, 2, 3, 4 Auckland players and one Natal player back there.
Carlos Spencer keeping the pressure on right throughout that whole move, right from the 22 dropout. A couple of times involved in getting the Natal guys and turning the ball over. And then finally coming up with a try. Almost a comedy of errors there with Stensons and Spencer.
It was good refereeing because Natal knocked the ball forward from the recovery, and the ref played the advantage. It looked like it was an Auckland knock-on, but it was really knocked forward with the knee. So it was good refereeing, but he was right there, and so it should have been. Players almost at a standstill. Grant, it's been a long facet.
Again, Honeyball makes the kick, and Vanderi has waited back for it, and Auckland could start something from here. Head-on tackle made by Muller, and he did well too, Peter Muller. He was able to get up there and snaffle the ball. That was well done, and now Wayne Fivey takes it away, just out from the 22. Much better play here from the Sharks. The little pass up to Garvey. He delivers it away to Putt. Now Teichmann again. He's been running all day. Slade. Back slam by Tonu'u. Now Joubert. He left it behind and it fell to Fitzpatrick. The Blues should get this back. Now Tonu'u. The counter-attack's on its way. Cashmore kicks it straight into one of the Natal players' feet. Now Clark's in the clear. And Ronnie Clark. He can see the shadows. Lima, Clark still there. He can pick it up, have a cup of tea, and score a try.
Well, I was sort of wondering about the imaginary sidestep right in the middle of that long run by Ronnie Clark. I guess it must have been the shadows, as you said, Grant. But he looked to me like he was out and away, quite clear.
Yes, he was starting to get away from the defence, and when he stepped, I had to look up to see where the fullback was. I thought there must have been someone in front of him. But another opportunity where Auckland just snaffle the ball deep in their territory and just take off. And aren't they good at finishing moves?
He couldn't throw off his own shadow, I think. That was the problem. But there was no one else there, and Ronnie Clark, he gets a second for the day, and that was after sustained pressure from the Natal Sharks. In Auckland territory by 5 metres. Muller, clean break. Peter Muller. Again the kick. Recovers it. Andre Hubert. Tackle made by Lima. Chance here for the Sharks. Putt. They've got players to burn here. And the try is scored, the second by Sean Payne.
Well, and what a try too. What a magnificent try. You could see it from set play in the middle of the field. Muller was sitting on the angle waiting for Honeyball. And I thought it was a wonderful little break through the centre of the field. He tried to kick it ahead, and he gave it a look at him come on the inside, a little outside break. He runs hard and fast. He thinks, I'm going to have a go myself. Recovered. And Joubert, as usual, the timing is perfect. And the quick support and the clearance of the ball, so important. And it was just merely quickly through the hands to the unmarked player on the outside. Classic rugby, classic try. Well, that should sting them into life. Give them a little bit of enthusiasm to climb back into this game.
Kevin Putt looks away to see where Honeyball is. Joubert has gone away to his right. Honeyball to the left.
So the Auckland scrum going forward makes it hard for the Natal backs.
Away for Thompson. Straight out to use Joubert. Oh, that's simple. That was just a straight out pass, and Auckland have been outflanked, and Use Joubert gets the try.
It's a hard one to understand because it did look very simple, didn't it? And as I was saying, the scrum of Natal was going back, which makes it very hard for the backs to run onto it. Simple missed pass to the outside man who, I see, the outside man drifted wide of Vinduri. So Vinduri caught then. You see the miss. He draws Vinduri, and there we are, the winger standing very wide and very flat. Good try, Natal. 2 consecutive tries.
Blindside goes Pat. Oh, he's showing a bit of pace too. He probably could have kept going as he handed it up to his right winger, Sean Payne. Slade lays it back. Now Pat. Honeyball. Shifted away to Thompson. Doubling round is Peter Muller. He's in the gap, Muller. Away for Use Joubert. And that's another one for Use Joubert. 4 tries now to the Natal Sharks.
Well, this is why Natal is in the semi-final. They've been given a break, haven't they? As Grant just said, they eased off the pressure, Auckland, and Natal have taken every opportunity. And now they're scoring beautiful tries. Now we've had 3 in a row here. But have a look at this one here. Big, long pass. He draws the defence, and the double round from Peter Muller, almost going right through the hole. Drew the last man, and over.
Well, isn't it interesting how quickly a game can change? One team just not quite on their game, being Auckland at the moment, and Natal very, very quick to capitalise.
Peter Muller showing good pace, and Natal's 4 tries have all been scored by the wingers, and this time Honeyball has got it right, and the conversion is made. Well, is it all over yet? Blindside Teichmann. Not knocked on. But Auckland Blues might get it. No, in fact, Sharks have driven over the top. Putt. Andre Joubert trying to hand off Carter, who stays with him. Putt again, stays blindside. Away for Thompson. 5 is across there. So also is Dieter Krieser, who's been strong in the second half. Slade carries it on. Stolen away by an Auckland player this time. I think it was Craig Dowd.
Paul Thompson.
Paul Thompson. Well done, Bernie. Well spotted. Now there's a chance down the winger for Adrian Cashmore. And too much pace. Adrian Cashmore.
Well, that's finally given the crowd something to yell and cheer about. They've been sitting very, very quiet in the second half with such a comfortable lead in this semi-final. Adrian Cashmore was obviously happy too. This is the second time that the Blues have scored 50 this year in the Super 12. And this time in the semi-final, good pass from Stensness. And Cashmore having the wheels to beat the flanker as he eases back as he goes across the goal line. But once again, you make those little mistakes and Auckland sees the opportunity. Here it is here. We see Thompson picking up quite legitimately also. Still on his feet, no Natal forwards over the top. And here it is, moved quickly to the unmarked man on the outside. And he took the opportunity.
Auckland have scored 3 second-half tries. Well, Auckland heading for the final. Who's going to join them? Cashmore makes the conversion. 55-22. Scott to Spencer. Stensness. A wayward pass. Auckland ball loose all over the place here. It's going to be a try to Honeyball, I think. Yes, it is. Henry Honeyball. As Auckland fiddle around deep inside their 22. It's a high-risk game. And Honeyball scores.
Well, it is that. It's a high-risk game, but that's a great example to every young rugby player. Following up, always following up, because one never knows what may happen, and here we see it here. A little mistake in Henry Honeyball. He wouldn't have thought when he started running from that play that he ever would have scored under the sticks. But it was just great support play. The players that never give up deserve to score the tries.
Converts his own try, Henry Honeyball. And 55 points to 29. Another try-scoring fest at Eden Park. Tap by Putt for Honeyball. Up for Teichmann. 5-y. John Allen, headed on by Mika. There it is again for Putt. Honeyball. Well, where's this going to bounce? Stanley going back. Oh, he's lost it. And another try. In fact, it was Ronnie Clark. And the try is scored by Errol Stewart, replacement player. So they get another one.
Well, they do. The mistakes are coming. But when Honeyball kicked that ball, I thought, oh, what a way to finish the game. It's too long. It'll be bouncing over the dead ball line. What a shame. But it did everything right for Natal. And there was the support. And planted it firmly. That gave Natal serious respectability in this game. With possession dominance in the second half, territory dominance, and even outscored Auckland in the second half.
Conversion made by Honeyball. That's it. It's 55 points to 36. Errol Stewart got the last try. And Auckland are heading for the final. 55 points to 36.
Happy with the result, obviously, to get to the final. Not very happy with some of the tries that we let in for Natal, but you know, pleasing in the end. They took us by surprise when they scored that early try, first 5 minutes. But you know, the guys were pretty confident about getting ourselves back into the game, and we did that in the first half. So you know, pleasing result.
The great Mark Bull-Allen, inspiring leader of the Wellington Hurricanes, a very charismatic man. He really has led by example. One of the shining lights in Super 12 and a very powerful front row. And look at the hair there of Christian Cullen. He's gone platinum blonde. In fact, all of the Wellington players have spent some time with the hairdressers, I think. The tight five have certainly had shaves up top, but there's the Wellington lineup. And some great match winners in Cullen, Umaga, who were Joe Rock, the leading try scorer in the tournament. Young Ranby, a 19-year-old who's destined for greater things. A very powerful back row, Tia, devastating runner at the back, and that great front row of Coffin, Hewitt, and Mark Bull-Allen. Well, there's Christian Cullen. What a dasher he is. 9 tries in Super 12. He got 2 against the ACT Brumbies at Athletic Park last weekend.
Tia had a huge game for Wellington last week, broke the line in close. They got to shut him down tonight. is a game winner.
Brett Robinson and his ACT Brumbies. These two teams really mirror images of each other. Very similar in their try scoring, their style of play, their defensive records, and their gifted attackers. Bruce Stadium roars to life for the Brumbies. We have Brumby mania here in the nation's capital. Even the politicians have been involved. Bronwyn Bishop has claimed Rod McQueen as one of her constituents. As we look at the ACT lineup, and for the 8th Super 12 match in a row, it is the same starting 15. Holbeck has been in outstanding form this season, normally an inside centre, but the playmakers there in 12, 10 and 9, Howard, Knox and Gregan. Owen Finnegan had been under an injury cloud with an ankle ligament problem. He passed a fitness test, and of course Noriega with a bad cork is okay too. But there's Pat Howard. Well, he really has staked a very strong claim for the Wallaby Test team. The referee is Andre Watson from South Africa. He handled Australia-Canada last year. He only took up refereeing back in 1987. Here we go. The Brumbies from the right. That's where they receive the ball. And David Knox with a great touch finder. And they will get some very partisan support from this crowd that looks as though it could beat the ground record tonight. So this match is being broadcast across Australia on the 7 Network and Fox Sports, live across South Africa on Mnet Supersport, in New Zealand on Sky and One World of Sport, and throughout Europe on B-Sky B and Canal Plus. Bishop now. This is Ranby. Mistake by O'Halloran. Just watching the defence that time.
Let's go. Let's go.
So early nerves. Brumbies have a chance for a turnover.
Advantage.
Here goes George Gregan. Joe Roth. Hardy. Gregan. He's there. What a start. And what vision from Gregan and Roth. Dynamic beginning for the Brumbies.
How about this pass from Joe Roth? It was splendid stuff. Sends out to Hardy. Perfect. Hardy gets the jump on Randell. Back inside, Cullen slips over, and Gregan, plenty of pace, motors in.
Well, that is an electric start, Chris Handy.
We've talked about the composure of this team, and look at it right here. Mitch Hardy goes down the line as Randall comes to him, just tiptoeing down the line, is able to deliver inside. Gregan crosses as easy as you like.
That is George Gregan's 7th try in Super 12 this season. And he was last week voted the outstanding player in the whole tournament. So we're on the 10-metre line here. And Caputo with the throw. Tia, but David Giffen really like a gazelle that time. Noriega's okay. Coker. Back to Caputo. Barrett the tackler. That's the 22-metre line ahead. Gregan now. Finnegan. Well hit there by Hewitt. He read it, the flick pass. Knox. Howard. Knox. Roth. Joe Roth. Try number 2 to the Brumbies. Well, David Knox was dressed up as a wizard. Call him a sorcerer after that one.
The Brumbies poetry in motion. David Knox working his tricks. Gregan gets the ball away. Watch Knox slip into the gap here. And just the pass to Roth sets him running for the line as Umunga comes across. Can't stop him.
14th try of the season for Joe Roth.
I've had great success with this play, sliding wide all the time. And the loop was on, and Roth knows when to get in. Even Umunga, it's quick and strong, couldn't stop Roth.
And Simon, the beautiful timing of the pass there from Pat Howard, the inside centre. That was the key to that incisive break by the Brumbies. Ball taken at the back by Barrett. Here's Bishop again. Bishop loops. It's Randall coming in. Well read by the defence. On the quarter here. Preston. Cullen wants it right. Bishop. Cullen now has it. He has the pace. He's there. Oh, beautiful try there to Christian Cullen. And his electrifying speed left them standing.
Christian Cullen just one of the great players of world rugby. Most players wouldn't have got through then, but Cullen did. Excellent win by the Wellington side. Goes out wide again. Basham looping this time. Ball made available. Comes out fairly quickly. They go to the right. Basham again and sets Cullen away. Larkham misses a pretty easy tackle there. This is vital for Wellington.
And the conversion is good. So it really is a tense situation now. ACT Brumbies 13, leading the Wellington Hurricanes 10. So Barrett, second from the back, marker number 18. It's Basham. Well, I don't think he'd be happy with that kick. Now Larkin from inside his quarter.
White back line, closing up.
And some offside play ruled there. From the line out, they crept inside the 10 metres.
Well, that ball was tapped right from the top of the line out. The referee's being very pedantic in tackling unless they crept early, because right from the top of the line out, that ball was pushed straight away. And as soon as that leaves the line of touch, that invisible line down the middle, you can advance up into that 10-metre territory. It's a tough call, a very technical one.
So the Brumbies now facing the prospect of the opposition drawing level. And yeah, clearly there, David Knox snuck up early, I think, Chris. The ball was thrown in. Knox came inside the 10 metres. So the referee was spot on. He has to stand his ground until the ball touches one of the hands in the line-out. Well, this is shaping as a war of attrition. Preston, he struck it nicely. It was a beauty. John Preston raises the flags. He keeps his 100% kicking record intact. His second penalty goal. It's 13-all. Thavan Bharti using all of his 135 kilos, Chris.
Doing pretty well. Good tussle against Noriega.
Here's Gregan now. Set up by Finnegan. David Knox. Howard to Knox. Great pass. Holbeck. David Knox. He was going down and it was straight to the lap of James Holbeck. Third try for the Brumbies.
The Brumbies are thinking man's team. They put Finnegan out to fly half for the scrum, but watch Knox. Watch this ball, he gets away. Watch the Wellington defenders coming across, and Holbeck. That's a vital try.
Pure genius once again, and this man, Pat Howard, look at him hold the ball up shape and just a sympathetic pass. Tucks it round the corner, and then the looping one, James Holbeck just would be delighted with this. Very clever. Howard gets to the line and just lays it off. This one goes backwards and Holbeck is going forwards.
So Stephen Larkham now the new kicker, and he's pushed it well wide. So the goal-kicking woes continue. 1 from 6 for the Brumbies. Will that prove very costly in the final count? 18-13 to the ACT. So Cullen goes nice and high. Hurricanes come through. Here's Robinson. Fanukitau there in his hip pocket. That's Noriega. Langford was right up his backside. Giffen. Fanukitau has it. Fanukitau with great strength. Brumbies now looking for more. Here comes Hardy. Hardy! Incredible! The Brumbies have struck again.
Listen to that crowd. They love it. The Brumbies within another minute score through Hardy. Knox again, the chip kick, perfect. Hardy gets past Cullen. Wonderful stuff.
Mitch Hardy gets better and better as each Brumbies game rolls on. Kept his eye on the ball. It was a beautifully weighted kick. It had to be to get outside Cullen. Go you, good thing.
4 tries to the ACT Brumbies, all scored by their backs. David Knox has been in all of them as well. Referee playing advantage for some offside, I think. Here's Basham again. Chance now for Rugby. And here's Larkham. He counters. Straight through. Roth. Umaga. Joe Roth. Still going. Holbeck. That's it. The Brumbies will surely go to Eden Park for the grand final as Holbeck gets his second.
We just sit back and watch and wonder at these Brumbies. Larkin, the elusive Larkin, gets a great pass out to Joe Roth. Joe Roth gets past Umaga, stops, almost loses his feet, and finds Holbeck on the steam, and he cruises across.
Well, whether it's ball at his foot or in his hand, Joe Roth is an absolute genius down this grandstand touchline, as he's done on so many occasions here. He's woven a piece of pure genius and laying back, keeping the ball in field, never one to give up the sideline. James Holbeck, what a Cinderella year of rugby he's had.
And you could say the same about Stephen Larkham too, with that counter-attack, which has been a springboard for so many ACT tries this season. So the Brumbies get their 5th try. The backs have scored them all. And it would be very hard to see the Hurricanes coming back now. They trail by 17.
And what do we say about their coach, Rod McQueen? Is there any better in Australia?
8 minutes before full time. That's allowing for injuries. Cute angle here for Knox. Not a lot of margin in at that time, but the Brumbies out to a 17-point advantage inside the last 10. Big shunt here from the Hurricanes. Tia. Robinson in defence. Preston wants to go short. Cullen's out there. Cullen back the open side. Here's trouble. He's almost there. He is. Was he held up?
Number 15.
Try is awarded to Christian Cullen. He got it down for his second, just as he did last week at Athletic Park. So a dramatic late twist still gives the Wellington Hurricanes a chance.
Christian Cullen, he ripped the Hong Kong Sevens apart 2 years ago and hasn't looked back. Just sliding through this Brumbies defence. Should have been stopped, but it's just something special about the player.
Well, a big kick here. This would make it a 10-point difference. Preston. He's happy. So are the touch judges. Let's look at our clock. And allowing for injuries, we think there's about 4.5 minutes to go. Here goes Gregan and Finnegan. Caputo cleans out. 12 metres out. That may have been the last hurrah. Drop goal. David Knox hits the post in the field of play. The Hurricanes still alive. We're inside the last minute, we believe. Oh, some pretty ferocious rucking there by Bill Tharbenvati. But the referee was there, and I think Bill's being called out here.
Come here. Come here.
So that would surely be the end of any hope of Wellington revival. The ACT Brumbies, a yellow card for Bill Tharbenvati. So David Knox, very close to the final siren. This would put it out to 13. Referee has a quick look at his watch. And some of the crowd start to leave. 13-point lead, that's it. Historic victory here for the ACT Brumbies. They scored 5 tries to 2. They get a standing ovation from nearly 24,000 fans. The Brumbies are on their way to Eden Park against the Auckland Blues in the grand final of Super 12 1997.
The Bull so near and yet so far away.
Yeah, they got a couple of quick tries there in the second half, and that was the end of the game, really. I mean, we just couldn't seem to, stay in their half for long enough periods, and every time they got in our half, they finished well, and, they got a couple of nice tries.
Well, Brett Robinson, a very special moment for Brumby rugby tonight.
Oh, definitely, Buddha. Our second year, we're in a final. It's magnificent.
Did the game go according to plan, or was it a lot harder? Was it a true final?
Mate, it was very physical. Wellington threw everything at us. We had to defend and defend. We got away with a win.
He's the only guy I know who can smile while running at 100 miles an hour.
I sit next to Joe Vendiri in the change room, and I just hate it because he's so noisy and so talkative.
Joelle, just make sure you know who are the guys that are making you look good out there.
Joelle's fast, but he can't do drop goals.
George, I wish you'd stick to being a halfback and not playing on the wing.
Hi, I'm George Cregan. I'm really looking forward to today's game and hopefully giving Auckland the blues.
Well, there's the scene under the grandstand here at Eden Park. You just saw the referee for this afternoon's match, Tapa Henning of South Africa, go past. There's Andre Watson, who's one of the touch judges, and the ACT Brumbies about to make their way onto Eden Park for the Super 12 final. Here they come, led by Brett Robinson. Well, a mixed reception, as you'd expect, for the Brumbies as they take their place on the ground. And for the 9th game in a row, coach Rod McQueen is able to put the same team on the park. A remarkable sequence, unmatched by any other side in the Super 12 competition. Today's conditions may put the onus on the tight 5 more than most times. The Brumbies have shown they can match it with most sides in this area, but what about against the Blues? The team is captained by the flanker, Brett Robinson. And now we go into the grandstand, and our first chance, Murray Mexted, to have a look at the new jerseys of the Auckland Blues.
Well, I distinctly remember when these two teams played in the early rounds, we couldn't tell the difference between the two of them on occasions. So yes, it is a new look. Last night they were talking about red jerseys, but check this one out. Very flash, and I don't think it'll clash, but that will tell a story.
So out come the Auckland Blues in their positions, the front row, Fitzpatrick, Brown and Dowds. And they could be a vital component in this game this afternoon. Leo Lafailili and Robin Brook, the lock forwards. Now the loose forwards. And, of course, the Auckland Blues is a combination of counties in Auckland, and there's a hint of the counties' colours in there too this afternoon. Well, 11 of this side played in last season's Super 12 final against the Sharks, which the Blues, of course, won easily. Once again, Lafailili has been preferred to Charles Rickelman, and the players who received minor injuries in the semi-finals are all fit and ready to go. Joelle Vendiri against Joe Roth should be a marvellous clash, and Junior Afisa Tanu'u against George Gregan. That should be too. The team is captained by Zin Zandbrook. So Olo Brown, who by his own admission didn't play well last week, Murray.
No, it's an amazing comment, isn't it? Because I've always found Olo to be the quiet achiever, just goes about his business and keeps on doing it, whatever. But he has missed a few games because of injury, and I guess his standard is high. Your best critic is yourself.
The man who led the Blues to victory in the Super 12 last season, Zin Zandbrook, has been in vintage form again this season. Missed the first 2 or 3 games. Back into it, though, in 1997. The referee will be Tapa Henning of South Africa, the man who officiated in the All Blacks' first test of 1996 against Manu Samoa at McLean Park in Napier. David Knox will be vital this afternoon for the Brumbies.
The magician, I'm calling him the magician. He's an amazing little character, this guy. He's got absolutely courageous offensive attitude. He'll move it from anywhere. We saw last week against Wellington, he moved into his own goal line with such confidence, almost arrogance. You felt he'd been doing it all his life.
So we're almost set to go. Super 12 final 1997. The Auckland Blues against the ACT Brumbies. And referee Tapa Henning signals time on, and away we go. The kickoff made by Spencer. Troy Coker waits. And the Brumbies in control, just inside their own 22.
They're in control, but they're not going anywhere as the maul starts to move forward. But they took it so squarely, and they set up a great platform.
There it is for Gregan. Knox gets an early touch. Howard finds Knox again, but Auckland had read it very quickly. And it's the Blues ball. Well, they tried it right from the start.
Well, didn't they just? We're talking about the weather, but not the ACT boys. That doesn't make any difference to their play, but we saw the great defence from Auckland. On that occasion, we saw the Aucklanders were equal to the move, because we've seen that move successfully from ACT, and they closed it down, Auckland, and now they're in a great little position here. Scrum into the ball into the scrum, 15 metres out.
And look at them lined out to the right. Zinzan holding, crabbing across field. Now he goes, big gap. Just dragged down a metre short. The ball's there. Dive. Robin Brook, I think it is very close. And they'll have to go back. So close.
Well, so close, Robin Brook can't believe it. But the referee could not see. This angle, I guess, will show us more clearly, but the referee was behind the goal line, about where the camera is now.
Hint of a knock on there by Junior Tanu'u. Zinzan again, controlling it. Loses it behind him. The Brumbies might have this. Gregan, and Knox this time puts his boot to the ball. May not be in touch. Cashmore. Looking back inside, finds Noriega. 22-metre line in the Brumbies territory. Pops out for Lefalili. So it's back with the Blues. Trouble controlling the ball. Spencer loses it. 15 out from the 22. And the greasy ball already proving to be a problem.
Yes, but there was no greasy ball when Leo Lafayette ripped the ball off Noriega. What a great little start for this man in his first huge game.
Adrian Cashmore, bottom right, a bit slow to get back into position.
What we see is intense pressure from both teams, which of course can force mistakes. We see another one in the scrum here.
Oh dear, there was a hand in there. The referee didn't see it. The crowd did.
The thing with rugby is as the level gets higher, the gap between the opponents gets closer and the room to move gets shorter.
Front rows have come up. The referee has to reset the scrum. Well, the early battle for strength in the front rows is going to be fascinating. Ewan McKenzie on this side against Craig Dowd, and Patricio Noriega and Olo Brown.
Well, Mr. Henning gave me the impression, the way he blew the whistle, that he's going to award a penalty if the scrum goes down or up at this time.
Brumbies channel it back. Knox puts his boot to it. It's into space too. Lima going back.
Yes, well, David Knox playing the conditions. It's a slippery day out there. The grass is wet, and he's purely playing for position. I don't think he intended to put it into touch, but he certainly intended to play it deep into the Auckland quarter.
Patrick, the referee's playing an advantage already to the Blues. Tanu'u, Spencer, using Clark as the battering ram. Still on his feet with great strength, Ronnie Clark. Now Tanu'u to Stensness. They swarm into him. Good position here for the Blues right in centre field. Robin Brooks spins. Sets it for Tanu. Zinzan Brook. Just about, but not quite. Ball is there. Craig Dowds. There's the first try of the final, scored by Craig Dowds.
Craig Dowd, well done, but Zinzan Brook, what a marvellous little setup. Most players in the world would have been tempted to stretch out to try and make the goal line. You'll see it very clearly here. Have a look at the composure. He resisted temptation. He looked and then turned it back. Points to Zinzan. Craig Dowd would be buying him a drink tonight.
Yeah, great call, Murray. I think in the conditions, if it was a dry game, Zinny would have had to go. But in these conditions, he knew better. He kept it by his body and set it up once again. And from there, Craig Dowd gets in great body position. Hard to stop that close to the line. Pat Howard got hurt in that incident. I see him going to the sideline. I'm not sure who he tackled or where it came from, but he looked in a bit of distress for a little while.
Just on the replay, Bernie, you may not have seen it, but it looked to me like it was a pretty hard effort of Dowds to get that on the line, on the ground, over the goal line.
Yes, it was. It was close. Adrian Cashmore adds the 2. And Auckland, with the try scored by Craig Dowds, lead the Super 12 final by 7-0. Auckland backline is split here, right in centre field, as Zinzan will advance them up a couple of metres if he can. Tackle made on him by Finnegan. Ball knocked away. It's an advantage Auckland. Now Tonu'u. Spencer. Here's Vanderi on the chase. Roth getting back. And well done by Joe Roth, but no, it's a penalty. It's against the Brumbies. Referee was playing an advantage and playing the ball on the grounds. Now Auckland. It's a long way out for a scrum.
It's a liberal use of the advantage law too. The referee clearly indicated the offence, the penalty, and he allowed the play to be finished.
Zinzan Brook has a decision to make here, and he's decided to take the points. The first instinct of the Auckland Blues is to tap and go, but this is a final. Andrew Roos, we haven't seen much of him on the field in Super 12. Sean Fitzpatrick's understudy, if you like. So Cashmore, first penalty attempt of the day, chips it through. And the Auckland Blues out to a 10-0 advantage. Lafalidi, Tonu'u, Zinzan, wasn't expecting it. Playing an advantage as Troy Coker makes ground for the Brumbies. Inside the last minute of the first half, Gregan to Hardy. Beautiful pass to Larkham. Gregan is back in there. Now it's Gregan. Cashmore coming across. And outstanding defence by Adrian Cashmore. But that's just an example. The Brumbies can turn just about anything into a try.
Yes, the fluency, the brilliance of the back play. The whole of the ACT backline have this little ability, this skill, this concerted team effort. And we saw it at its best there.
Tonu'u. Spencer, referee plays another advantage. They're offside again. Well, Tupper Henning has certainly caught them very flat today, the Brumbies. Advantage, though, still applies. Now it's over. Tonu'u. Spencer.
Has the ball been killed? I think so. Very effectively done.
Now Gregan gets it away for Howard. Intercept! Michael Jones. And he loves it.
Well, they tell you the story, don't they? Absolutely superb because he anticipated it. He read it. ACT bats under huge pressure. Desperately flicked wide. Michael Jones. I'll take it. Yes, please.
And you want to be down here with me for a little while and absorb some of this atmosphere. The crowd's gone absolutely crazy.
Would there be a more popular player in New Zealand rugby than Michael Jones? A little signal to the crowd, a bit like Andrew Blowers last year. And Michael Jones.
Yes, he's a modest, humble man who's excelled at the very top of his chosen field for so many years. What a wonderful ambassador he's been to the game and to rugby.
Auckland start to pull away, 23 points to 0. In the Super 12 final, they've been so clinical. And there's the finish from Michael Jones. Well, he's in danger of delay there.
Noriega under pressure, keeping his side up on that scrum. Loosehead's job is to keep his side up so Hooker can see the ball that Gregan's about to put in. Have a look where his body position is. Better on that time.
Coker. Robinson helps to drive him on a bit. Now Gregan pops it away. Roff in the clear. Joe Roff, he's away. This will be try number 15 in Super 12 for Joe Roff.
Super player Joe Roff, the try scorer of the tournament. Magnificent. Give him half a yard, half an inch, and he'll take it. So close he's been on several occasions. Just through the hole, and he's got the speed to open up. Flanks Cashmore, spots the goal line. No one's going to stop me now.
What a brilliant move by the Brumbies. Once he burst through the initial line, it was all over. And we've seen this so many times during the competition.
I love the way he changes the ball from his right arm to his left arm. Always move the ball away from where the contact will be. Very good schooling, obviously.
Well, he's got the job now of trying to convert the try. A better than average goal kicker is Joe Roff, taking over from David Knox. Converts his own try, and the Brumbies are on the board. 23 points to 7 with about 15 minutes left. Big test of the Auckland defence, but the clock ticks on, about 8 minutes left. Gregan again.
So this will be penalty number 2. What are they doing?
Gregan into the gap, closes quickly. Oh, George Gregan is out to it.
In fact, they're both out to it, aren't they? One man moving.
And is it Zinzan Brook? I think it is.
Yes, definitely Zinni made the hit. He seemed all right afterwards, but we'll wait and see.
Clash of heads on the replay, Bernie. Very clear. Zinzan body down low, and Gregan, of course, the way he runs with his low slung momentum. Very accidental.
Oh dear. Zinzan stayed up briefly, but George Gregan straight down. Well, Zinzan Brook is up. You can see that he's rather gingerly got to his feet. Obviously not feeling 100%, but George Gregan is still down.
Actually, Zinzan's no good. Check the eyes out. I'm no doctor. I'm a long way away. But I'd say he's on the sideline too.
Well, he'll get a wonderful round of applause, I'm sure, as he comes from the fields. And George Gregan to be stretchered from the fields, which is a sad end to Super 12 for one of the outstanding performers in the competition.
There's great ovation from the crowd. Everybody appreciating this player. I'm sure it was a clash of heads. I see he's got a neck brace, but I would imagine that's as a prevention.
Tonu'u. James Holbeck, he's hardly been in the game. Now a chance for the Blues. Lima. Carter. Ronnie Clark's over there. Battling to make his way through. Tonu'u to Olo Brown. Sets it beautifully. Spencer. Now's a chance for Joe Roff, way down the other end. Sean Fitzpatrick is getting back like a Trojan. So's Rickelman. Roff, what did he go for it for? Goodness gracious. One more kick and he was home.
I think Joe Roff thought the momentum would slide him over the goal line. I thought if he gathered the ball, it would slide him over.
Blindside. Larkham in the clear. Away for Roth. Does he get one last go at it? And Knox can't hold the pass. And they'll go to the line out. No, Henning looks at the watch. And the Auckland Blues have retained their Super 12 title.
It was a good performance. It was a long time coming. It took us about 30 minutes to score the first try. Very pleasing result, and the guys are pretty focused for this game, so it's a very good result.
It was hard, wasn't it? 30 minutes, as you said. Now, you must have wondered, were you ever going to wear down that defence?
Well, we were definitely trying to. When we had about 10 or 15 scrums right on the line, we were trying to wear them down, but you know, that shows the quality of the Brumbies and why they've deserved to get through to the finals.
George, it's great to see you back on your feet. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better now than I think 10 minutes ago I was in Disneyland.
All right, but I guess the Blues on the day just too good?
Yeah, they're a quality side, you know, and they've just proven by winning it again this year that they're the form team of the Super 12, and they're a really tough nut to crack.
We have forward, please, Zinzan Brook.
Yes!